Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix Gaming Podcast. Guitar solo, explosion, lightning. There it is. Yeah. I'm your host, Derek. I feel much better.
Okay, good. It's time to get that out.
I'm your host, Derek, and with me as always, is the lovely Michelle.
Ah.
Hi. And we're going to talk about some gaming news stuff and things that happened on this 3/14, which is Pi Day, as well as
my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thanks.
Let's
so awesome. I'm podcasting on my birthday.
Yeah,
we're actually podcasting on Saturday instead of Friday because I was celebrating my birthday last night. So that's
like a
why
loser.
We're a day late, $1 short.
That's right. So it is Michelle's 60th birthday. Everyone. All right, let's talk about some gaming news stuff and things that happened over the past week and a day.
All right.
So I don't know if everyone else knows, but I know that your Xbox Live is up.
It is. My Xbox Live expired on February 17th, actually.
Boom. So almost a month ago. Now, did you know if you have Windows 10, you don't need Xbox Live?
That is upsetting.
Why is it upsetting, Michelle?
Because I have an Xbox and I have to pay $60 a year to play online.
Right.
But if I have it for my PC on Windows 10,
yes,
I don't have to pay for it to play online. So that's not fair.
Or your Windows phone, because you know how popular those things are.
This is not a Windows phone.
Well, right, but you might want to switch to Windows Phone so you can get free Xbox Live on it.
So I can play Xbox on my phone?
Probably so you can play like Peggle on your phone.
Sure.
Sure.
No, I'm really mad about this whole situation. I'm tenured, man. I've had Xbox Live for like 8 years, and then it expires, and you're going to give it to people who probably never had Xbox for free. Throw me a bone. It's my birthday.
It's her birthday. So I think it has a couple of reasons why they're doing this. One, for Windows Live, they never did any sort of subscription fee. Two, the majority of PC players already pay a subscription fee to the games that they play. So they're probably, if they put another subscription on top of it, they probably wouldn't get as much. And three, ain't nobody got time for that.
And I'm sure they're trying to get people to come over to Windows Live and Xbox through their PCs. So, I mean, it's smart. It just makes me bitter.
Well, plus, the games that they have that are going to be both on Xbox and on PC are there's 4 of them right now. And they might expand to a couple more, but some of the AAA titles might not carry over. So you're still going to have to pay for them. You're still going to have to play with them on whatever service they have, like the Ubisofts or whatever. Who knows if they're going to go along with that? But I mean, it's interesting for now. I guess it's not really going to matter to us whether we purchase it once or not purchase it the second time, because we're already going to have it.
Yeah.
So I'm not as bitter as you, but I understand your frustration.
You know, I did branch out the other day, though, and I made you branch out, too, but it wasn't really a stretch for you. But I did put in my application to get into the alpha, which is PC only.
That's right.
For Tom Clancy's
Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hope I get in.
It's an
application process.
I hope I get in as well. I didn't necessarily, I didn't lie on any of the things in there, but it was interesting. A lot of the questions were interesting. There was
how many hours have you played online? How many hours have you played first-person shooters? And then they wanted to specifically know which first-person shooters you were playing.
Yeah, and when I looked at the list, I was like, well, in the past month, I haven't played as much this compared to that, and I was trying to think back, and it's just you know what? 10 hours for all of it, because that's pretty much what we play enough random games that it's probably about 10 hours a piece.
Yeah.
So, here's to getting in.
Yay!
Hopefully.
Club.
So, I wanted to move on to PAX East stuff real quick.
PAX East, just Penny Arcade Expo, which is held in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
Which neither of us went to.
It's true.
Yeah, they wrapped up, and you saw some stuff and things, and new stuff and things.
Yep. But the one thing you didn't see is gameplay footage for Just Cause.
No.
And now they came out and they kind of said that they want to do everything the right way, and they want to make sure everything's done so that there's nothing broken. And do you think that they're able to show screenshots because things are still broken, or do you think that they're just hypersensitive to what's happened over the past however long it's been, and they don't want to put out a broken game, or they don't want to put out any bugs, they don't want to get criticized for it, i.e. Assassin's Creed Unity?
I believe that if you're not going to show something, then you don't have it.
At all?
Yeah.
So you don't think that they have gameplay footage, but they have stills from like...
They might have gameplay footage, but maybe they had some technical issues at that moment and couldn't play it. Or maybe they couldn't get it to play smoothly for an audience and they didn't want it to, be seen. I believe that if they had good working, even a little buggy, but working gameplay footage, they should have showed it.
For sure.
I don't think that they have it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I kind of on the fence here. I think that there's a lot of variables that would be going into this. I don't know if it's like their game being broken, or if it's something along the lines of there's just bugs they're trying to work out and they don't want to showcase vulnerabilities, or if it's something where they're just like, look, it's not as finished as we want it to be, and almost like a pet peeve type thing.
Yeah.
But either way, I am glad to see a team that's finally able to hold on to their game until it's done, as opposed to just pushing out something that isn't going to be good.
But I'm okay with that. Like, if their game doesn't come out for 2 years, show me a little something. Get me interested in it, or I'm going to forget about you.
Right. And screenshots are fine, but at least for a little while.
Let me see a little bit of movement.
That's right. Speaking of movement, well, not necessarily, but Cliffy B moved on from Gears of War.
Cliff Bleszinski.
Cliffy B.
Yeah, so he was one of the main dudes for Epic Games.
Yep.
Helped create Gears of War. And he left them, kind of retired from them.
Right.
And he was quiet for a little while. And then he started up his own little business, his own little company, really. And now he's got this game called Project Blue Streak that he's making, and it's for PC only also.
Yeah.
And his is a free-to-play game.
Right. And he's actually come out to like defend the free-to-play aspect of it, because I think a lot of people are like, so is it like Gears of War, or is it like, and he's just like, yo, it doesn't have to be Gears of War, it doesn't have to be Candy Crush, it can be its own game. So I think that it's
my first thought when you say free-to-play is microtransactions.
Yep. Absolutely. And he's actually come out and said, look, I don't want it to be pay to win.
Yeah.
So, Team Fortress 2 had a great aspect of it by making it so everything you could do is like out of the box. Every character, everything you can. But if you want to customize those characters, if you want your pink gun, or in Team Fortress 2, your hats or something of that nature, then you pay for it. So be it. So you pay, the $5 for a pink gun in your case, or pink arsenal, or pink armor, or pink whatever, and there you go. You can throw it on your guy. You just threw in $10 on a game that chances are I wouldn't have paid.
Yeah.
Now I might pay for something else, but the as long as it's not a pay to win, like he said, as long as it's not like, here, if you pay, you get this awesome assault rifle, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and he said that everything you do in the game, you can earn to buy everything. All the upgrades, everything can be earned in game. So really, if you work hard enough, I guess you can get what you need. Yeah,
and the engine behind the game is Unreal Engine 4, which we talked about last podcast, is free for everyone. It looks beautiful. Yeah. The screenshot or the teaser trailer, whatever you want to say, just looks fantastic. I think that they're going to put out a game that's going to be good. I mean, you can't have a free-to-play game that's not able to draw you in. Otherwise, they make no money on it.
Right.
If it's not good, you're not going to buy it, basically, or you're not going to buy into it. So I hope Cliffy B comes out with a good product. I have a feeling he will.
Yeah, he's very talented. Very, very talented.
I mean, even if he is a bit of a jerk. But I mean, I'm just kidding. I don't know the guy. But he seems like kind of a jerk with his hot wife and stuff.
And his giant pool.
Now I'm just being jealous.
North Carolina.
But yeah, I have a feeling the game's going to be great. I think that this is a good change of direction for him, kind of.
Yeah.
So I like to see what happens with it. Hopefully E3 he'll show a little something off.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait till E3.
Speaking of Cliffy B, so while he was at PAX, he actually tried out the HTC Vive, which is Valve's VR headset.
Right.
And real quick, we'll go through all the VR headsets. So we have the Oculus Rift.
Right.
We have Morpheus.
Yes.
We have HoloLens, which is augmented reality. We have Google Glass, which is augmented reality, and the HTC Vive, which is the most recent one. Everyone who's tried the HTC Vive have loved it.
Yeah.
Like, amazing, I guess. Magical is what he said. Something like he said, I felt like it was the first time he went to Disneyland. Like, people are just, I don't know. Again, I'm kind of skeptical because we haven't got our hands on something, but I don't know what VR helmet's going to come out that's going to make me want to play games in VR.
I know, me either.
Like, we bought the TV, you know, you go out and get all these peripherals, you get these headsets, you get everything.
Yeah.
What's going to make you want to throw on another piece of equipment on your head just to play games and you're right here?
Exactly. And I'm sure it's going to be extremely expensive.
At least to start off, for sure.
Yeah.
But still, he said it was magical, so I am anxious. I want to see what happens. Speaking of VR.
Yes.
We'll continue the trend with Morpheus here. So, PS4, they talked some about Morpheus, about pricing, about E3 game reveals, which makes me wonder if my prediction was on. Not that they're going to come out this year, because I really don't think they are. I don't think that we moved far enough with production for them or with development for them to actually come out with something. But I think it'll be out for E3. I think they'll have a stage demo or
they have to.
Some sort of demo.
All of this stuff is so hyped up. You have to show everybody everything. Instead of us finding clips on YouTube or news people reporting it, show everybody, because everybody's going to watch E3. That is the Cadillac of expos. That's I can't wait. That's going to be my favorite thing.
From what we saw recently, they actually put out like what's going to be on the menu for E3, and there's a lot of games on the menu, a lot of big hitter titles that could be coming out that they're speculating on, including like a Gears of War 4, Mass Effect 4, Borderlands 3, and if they don't end up pushing these titles out, I think it's going to be a very hardware-centric E3.
Right.
Is that going to bother you? Is that going to like piss you off? Or are you going to be excited because
Absolutely.
Absolutely what?
Show me all the games. I don't want to see the hardware. I don't want to see the apps you're going to put on my stupid console. Show me the games. I won't re-up my Xbox Live until Gears of War comes out. That's probably what's going to happen. Unless they put out a game that I can't get on PlayStation that's going to blow my mind, I won't re-up it. I'm not going to pay anything. And with that, I probably won't get it for a year either. I'll probably get it a 3-month subscription until we play that, unless it's playable over and over and over again. Sure, then I'll do it. But otherwise, it's not worth it to me. I pay for my PlayStation Plus because that's what I'm on.
Right. And it makes sense. I mean, you don't need both. I mean, you don't need both. I do.
Yeah.
But
got that wife with that Call of Duty.
Just going to kick her off. No more Call of Duty for you. Done. So I know that you're sick of the VR train here, but I got 2 more things I wanted to hit on, and then we can move on.
All right.
One of them's like intertwined with another thing, but it's okay. So Oculus Rift, they've flat out said they may not be launching in 2015.
They wasn't ready.
But they said nothing's gone wrong. So are they just giving the devs more time, do you think? Or is it like
Maybe.
we were behind in our predictions?
I wouldn't think it's them. I would think that because these developers have to work with this brand spanking new technology, they're finally getting their hands on it. They have to be able to make their game to work with it. So I would not expect it to be them at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
Of course you do, because I tell the truth.
Because you tell the truth, because you're like psychic and something.
Oh, yes.
Something. But yeah, I think that, yeah, sure, nothing's gone wrong, but I don't think everything's gone necessarily right either. From a development standpoint, I don't know how you're able to push something like this out and have people be able to pick it up and work with it immediately.
Right.
I mean, it's going to take some time. So if they think that that they're able to push it out or at least showcase it in E3, like Morpheus or like HoloLens or like whatever else is going to come out, then great. But until then, I don't know. Now the other thing about Oculus Rift is that this is the only one we've seen so far that you can actually smell.
So I'm going to get Oculus Rift.
She's so salty.
And then I'm going to have to go buy.
I wish I had a
I'm
salt shaker.
I'm going to have to go buy shakers full of scents to put into my overpriced, very expensive VR helmet so I can smell what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so basically you're going to have, it's going to be like a removable cartridge. So it's going to be like ink cartridges on like a printer. Yeah. But for your face, for your nose.
What if you like pop the wrong one in? Like, what if it's supposed to be a field of daisies and you pop the garbage one in on accident? Like, and how many pumps are you going to get out of one of these? What I believe to be a canister, $5.99 for a canister, and you only get to use it twice. What if you use it on accident?
Right. I don't know.
I can't even handle this.
I mean, the idea behind it is like.
What if you have an allergic reaction to the scent?
You don't use it.
Like
they just put like shellfish in mine, and then
you're dead. My God.
Terrible. But yeah, like they have. So the idea behind it is great. They're gonna have like heaters, coolers, misters, a vibration engine, a microphone, all within like this part of your face, like right here. Great. That's really cool. Until you start
what's up
saying,
right here? Oh, why you got burns right here? Well, you got burned right here. What happened? Oh, it's the Oculus helmet set me on fire.
Well, they're going to be able to use that for a lot of other, things that actually happen. Be like, no, it was my Oculus. Just like excuses.
I can't handle this.
Anyway, but the smells. I mean, it's like ocean, jungle, fire, grass, powder, flowers, and metal. Those are the scents that you're gonna have.
I want garbage. If you're gonna make sense, give me garbage Oculus. Do you hear me?
You're gonna get garbage. It's gonna be like fire mixed with metal mixed with
burning cookies,
jungle or something. I don't even know. You just like start stacking it up with your own.
It'll be like
scents.
Cooking with Mama with the VR helmet. You're like baking, so it gets really hot because you accidentally set the house on fire or the cookies have burned. You know what I'm saying? I got something going there.
You're getting evil with this.
I'm so annoyed. Oh, could you imagine if you could do Sims with that?
That actually would be really cool. And then if the house started on fire, you could feel the warmth. The smoke could just be like shooting into your nose.
And you took all the doors away, so now you got to go be burned alive. And there's your garbage smell. Boom.
There's your garbage smell.
Man,
followed by the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, he probably smells like garbage too.
Wow, she's really asking for a death wish on that one.
This whole Oculus thing drives me insane. Sorry.
All right. I'll switch gears here away from VR.
Okay.
I have one more. For VR, I just wanted to get your opinion. So Crytek is actually really excited for virtual reality. Again, I know you're not, but do you think that Crytek...
Crysis makes Crytek, right?
Yes.
Crytek's a game. It's like a shooter.
Reverse that. Crytek's the company. Crysis is the game.
Okay, Crysis is the game. Okay.
Do you think with Crytek being able to make games like Crysis, they're going to be one of the ones that are actually ready for VR? Because usually the Crysis games are so beautiful, so gorgeous, and so in-depth that, like, it crushes any computer that puts it in.
I bet you.
Are they going to be one that can actually handle this, you think? Or do you think it's just going to be like, just like they're going to be on the learning curve like everybody else?
I don't know. Maybe they will have a head up because they do all those extra things and, have everything ready. So maybe they got their hands on it sooner. Maybe. I don't know.
It's an interesting idea. Yeah, for sure.
Just because they'd be more qualified, you would think, than, somebody who makes Candy Crush.
Yeah, I really hope they don't do VR Candy Crush.
That would be amazing. There you go. Candy smells. Now I'm sold.
No,
I could just sit there and like move
frosting,
things
chocolate.
around. Awesome.
Oh no, it's peppermint.
Yes, I would do this.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's great.
No, cannot do it.
I don't want to talk about VR anymore.
Okay, now we're actually done. I won't talk about VR.
Okay.
What I will talk about is automatically downloading DLC to your Xbox.
Okay. I'm okay.
So you're all right with that?
I think so. I think the only problem that I would personally run into is running out of space and having to check it. But because what happens is they release a download, like DLC.
Yep.
I forget about it until the day it comes out.
Yep.
And it takes me 4 days to download it.
Just because you're not even going back to that game. But the thing is like for games that we like, for games that we know something like Destiny, for instance, which we're always playing, we know Destiny DLC comes out May. We're going to be looking for it when it comes out. Like that day comes out, or that day when it comes out, we're going to go on, we're going to download it.
My PlayStation. I'm going to go on my PlayStation.
Right. So for the Xbox, let's say a Call of Duty DLC came out. Do you really care if it's automatically downloaded?
I would prefer that to happen. Or I would prefer to be able to, when I download a game onto my console, because you have to do that, one of my things that I'm asked is, do I want to enable downloadable content on this particular title?
And I think that's the thing. I think if you were able to enable or disable auto DLC, especially if you have the season pass or you're going to purchase the season pass to automatically download the DLC, it'd be a huge feature. I don't think that Xbox is thinking of it from that aspect. They're probably thinking of it from like a more broader aspect, like should we just turn it on or off or make it by default? But I don't think you can do it by default.
And I mean, on top of it, aren't there some places that like every little bit of downloadable internet you use, you are charged for? Not necessarily in this country and others.
Well,
so
go ahead.
So maybe that wouldn't work for other places. Like, so maybe some people should just be allowed to opt completely out of it.
Well, some people here use the
too.
Verizon MiFi as their main source of internet. If you're doing that and like, okay, you play an hour or two with friends or something at night and you're staying under your limit and then all of a sudden everything automatically downloads and you're getting 5 gig downloads for updates.
Yeah.
Like this past Grand Theft Auto heist download was like 4.8 gigs or something. You just killed your internet for the month.
Yeah.
Now you can't play anymore.
Yeah.
So like, I get it, but like,
I think that if there's a definite opt-in or opt-out in some way, I think that would be amazing because I would definitely have automatic downloads for something like Destiny or Call of Duty.
For sure.
But not like some of the other games that I don't really even play anymore.
Titanfall, which you just got all the DLC for free on.
I did. Thank you, Xbox.
That's right. Thank you, Xbox.
But I can't play Titanfall because it's only an online game.
Yep. And
I do want to play that. I would have to up my Xbox Live.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Such a twisted, bitter situation.
So, Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
That
that's
would be
not
Nintendo.
PC. There it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Nintendo actually beat out both Xbox One and PS4 for February hardware sales?
Really? The Wii and all of them?
3DS. The new 3DS.
That extra large one?
Handheld gaming.
I've been thinking about getting myself one of those handheld Nintendo.
Handheld gaming has beaten
Smash
out the other two.
I love it. That Majora's Mask is like murdering everything.
Yeah,
that
Majora's
Zelda
Mask is crushing it, absolutely. The one thing that like Majora's Mask was big before.
Yeah.
Now having it handheld, having it on a better graphics in your palm is
Amazing.
probably like people are going nuts over
I might
it.
go buy myself one of those just so I could play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask in 3D.
See, my favorite one was Ocarina of Time, so I'm not super whatever about getting Majora's Mask. If it comes out for like the Wii U, I'll probably pick it up, but I wasn't too amped up.
I wasn't really asking your opinion. I was just talking about myself.
Right. Wow. She thinks because it's her birthday, she
It is
can
my
act
birthday.
like this.
I can.
But I still think it's awesome by Nintendo. It's nice to see their handheld being their main source here right now.
Absolutely.
Making some money.
Way to go.
You know who else is making some money?
Who?
Star Citizen.
What's Star Citizen? I don't know anything about it.
So we talked about it slightly last week.
I don't even remember. That's how it just went. It's PC game, I assume.
PC game, crowdfunded completely.
Oh, okay.
They were up to like
They got
74 million. Yeah,
Okay.
they're up past 75 million now.
Oh, good.
They're like $75.5 million. And I looked, so they actually have a bunch of like videos, and they have like an alpha, and they have all this other stuff going on. Their videos look awesome. You can blow up a ship, and it shows like each shot going into the ship, and like each individual bullet hole actually does damage.
That's pretty cool.
It's really sick. Excuse me. The other thing is that it's such a huge game, which I guess it should be for $75 million of development costs, but it's such a giant game. They said the client could actually be 100 gigs after everything's said and done.
Is this the company that was gonna try and do something for Leonard Nimoy?
No. I believe that they said it was too dangerous to do anything with them.
But they were thinking about. There was a
yeah.
discussion. Okay.
Yeah. The other company who we were thinking of actually did do something, and
that was Star Trek.
Yep.
Online. Yeah.
Yep.
But I knew that we talked about somebody who was thinking about doing it. I thought it might have been them.
No, they I don't think they ended up doing anything with his likeness or anything. I could be wrong, maybe it's in there, but they're crushing it right now with their crowdfunding, with their crowdsourcing. Everything looks great. You check out their website and you can actually like jump on board.
That's pretty cool.
I almost got into it, and I was like, I just gotta wait just a little bit longer, even though I'm really set on it. But you can spend like $3,000 or something to get a fleet of ships for when you actually play the game. Now, I would never spend $3,000 on in-game anything, but you can do it. You can actually purchase it. So
I hope you get like your name as like a co-executive producer if you give them $3,000.
I would. I think that would be deserving for sure. But I doubt that they would do it.
It's terrible.
No, it is what it is. I mean,
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. It is a ridiculous amount of money.
And it's gonna be a big game too, right?
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like giant, super expansive, super like go it's outer space. I mean,
yeah.
Technically, it's like
space is infinite.
Exactly. So I think that it's gonna be just gonna be a huge game. It's gonna be phenomenal. I have a feeling, it's gonna be like a first person. What did they say? A first person experience as opposed to like classifying as a shooter or an RPG or whatever. But I have a feeling it's gonna have first person shooter aspects of it. It's gonna be like an MMO.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Destiny, but better with spaceships.
Better than Destiny.
Think Destiny with like dogfighting.
That's pretty cool. Sometimes we dogfight on our little rocket ships that we steal from
on the pikes.
Yeah.
Start shooting each other.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it doesn't do damage. We won't actually blow each other up.
That's true. It's a little sad.
So you're a fan of Game of Thrones, which is coming out in like a month.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so pumped.
Did you see that HBO Now or HBO Now is going to be coming to Apple devices and PCs?
Of course I did, because I watched the Apple thing.
Are you amped up? Are you gonna start watching Game of Thrones on your phone?
I have the HBO Go app, so I already can So I don't
But
know.
will you?
I don't know.
I mean, does it make sense to do it on your? I mean, maybe on a tablet, I
If
guess.
someone
But
didn't
like,
have because I have HBO Go on my Apple TV now.
yeah.
Okay. And so I think if someone is paying for HBO and this
Mm-hmm.
is cheaper, that would probably be smarter for them if they're an Apple user, or you can do it on PC too.
Right.
So really, I guess it comes down to price. How much am I being charged by my satellite company or my, you know,
Cable company.
cable company
Yeah.
compared to what the app would cost? If
Right.
it's cheaper, I would do it. I would switch.
Yeah. I mean, if you already pay for it and it's in some sort of like a bundling service, 'cause I think it's what, $15 for HBO now,
Yeah,
$14.99.
I pay for everything separately. So, like, I don't have a special bundle.
Yeah. Well, like for me, I think it's like $8.99 a month.
Yeah.
So for me, that wouldn't really make sense. But if you're paying more than $15 and you got it, right? I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense for you to cancel the other one, switch over to that
Switch
one,
over.
and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna probably ever watch Game of Thrones on my phone. I'll watch it on a PC occasionally.
I don't watch it on my phone. We actually have Apple TV hooked up in my bedroom. We
Right.
don't have the satellite hooked up in there, so everything we watch is through the Apple TV. So, like, I have a Disney app.
Yeah.
So, like, if
The
my
kids want to watch it.
yeah, they climb in there with me. You know what I mean? So that's it would work for me, to be honest, if the price is right. There's a lot of people who don't have cable, who
Right.
only go with the Hulu, who only go with
They cut the cord.
yeah, and that this would be great for them if they're great Game of Thrones fans.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Moving on to some not as fun news. I have some delays to talk about.
Okay.
One that you probably don't care about, which is Homefront: The Revolution. I mean, are you really amped up? Did you even know that the game was coming out?
No.
You can be honest. It's okay.
I absolutely don't know what you're talking about.
So, Homefront. Do you know the game? The first game, Homefront, THQ. Okay, so Homefront was a game where the premise was basically a Call of Duty-esque game where like China, I think it was China or Russia. Anyway, somebody came in, invaded the U.S., took over the U.S., and they set up like checkpoints and created like a military state, and like basically you had to like resist them. You were the resistance, so you had to like fight back against the powerful state. They ended up going bankrupt, and Crytek, who we talked about earlier, the developer, they picked him up. They bought the franchise, and then they ended up selling the game back to Deep Silver, who are the people that made Dead Island, I think. Right? Sure, we'll go with that for right now. So the franchise has actually changed hands a couple of times. They're coming out with a game. They're delayed to 2016. I don't think it's really going to matter. I don't know how much hype they're going to come up with, this game, because the first one was kind of blasé.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens, I suppose. Oh, Saints Row, not Dead Island. They might be Dead Island too.
This is my thing with games like that, and this is only my personal preference. I've played a lot of Call of Duty games. Most of them were set back in the past, like World War II and things like that.
Yep.
I have a bit of a sensitivity to anything that happens that they consider to be like now time with invasions or issues happening in this country. I know
Why is this?
I don't know. I just feel really sensitive about. Not like I'm gonna cry, but like things like that are really sensitive to me. I would not want to play this game if it has to do with someone occupying my country. When we played Call of Duty, was it Ghost? No, it wasn't. Was it Ghost?
Yeah.
The White House was blown up, and that was a little too much for me. No, it was the one before that. It was Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3.
That was pretty jarring to me because you don't want to think of things like that happening. You don't want to. I don't know. That's just how I am. I'm
Right.
really sensitive to stuff.
No,
like
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Spoiler, real quick. In the first like 10 minutes of the game, you're on a bus and you actually watch like an execution happen, And the worst part is that there's a child watching his parents get executed.
Yeah.
So, like, right there, you're just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it immediately brings you into the game, but you realize how, you know, the
Was that Modern
mechanics of the game
Warfare
are different or
3?
whatever. What?
Was that Modern Warfare 3?
No, that was in Homefront.
There was a game, I don't remember which game it was. I was pregnant and there was a really disturbing thing, and you are given the choice to skip it. And I was told by my friends to skip it, and I did. And then after I went back, was there like a plane crash in France?
Modern Warfare 3, yes.
Okay.
There's a family video.
Yeah.
And then there's like chemical explosions.
Yeah, I skipped it. That was a tough game for me. I was pregnant and
hormonal.
Yeah, but that's still I'm gonna punch you. But that's still really got to me, that the White House. So I don't think I would ever play a game like this, just because I take stuff like that really personally.
True
All right,
that.
sorry, it just went sad. Okay, go ahead. Let's move on. What else? That you said there's another game being delayed?
Yeah, so this one actually might draw a tear or two. Uncharted 4 is being delayed to spring of next year.
They isn't ready.
They isn't ready. Now his Nathan Drake's face is ready. Absolutely.
Nathan Drake's face is definitely ready, because that looks like I could walk up to him and shake hands with that guy. Wow.
Absolutely. Like the little sweat beadlets dropping off his face. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, they want to get more time, match the higher expectation.
Thank you for not putting out a game that you're not happy with.
Put out a better game.
Putting out a game that is not going to meet your expectations and that people are going to complain about. Good for them. I'll wait for you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
No problem.
I'm waiting.
Appreciate you. That's great.
Yes, so absolutely. I'm excited that we're seeing this more. I think we've talked about this a couple times now, but like
this isn't the first time it's happened. Thank you.
Right. The more that you want to push out a game, if you're going to fix it and make it better, fine. If it's just to like, oh well, we want to sell it in Q1 instead of Q4 or something of that nature, then
stop it.
Yes, but to make when their exact quote is to make the game better, it gives me a little warmth inside. Like,
warm fuzzies. Thank you.
Like,
look,
thank you so much.
Baby Groot will do a little dance for you.
You did this for me. I appreciate that.
That's amazing.
Even if they didn't.
I appreciate you. You got a hand clap. Way to go.
That's right.
Good for them.
Right. So let's move on to our favorite game right now.
Destiny.
That's right.
Oh, I was right.
That's right.
Go me.
It actually just won the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Best Game Award.
Heck yeah.
So
I don't know what that is. What is it?
So it's an award that said that they're the best game. I mean,
in Britain. Awesome.
Yeah. So my question is it weird that they got it instead of a game like Shadow of Mordor, who won like everything ever last year?
That's hard for me to say. I never played Shadow of Mordor. You did, so you tell me.
Well, I technically haven't beaten Shadow of Mordor.
It doesn't matter. You played the game. So what's your opinion on which of the two would deserve that award? Was that up for the award too?
Yes.
Okay.
It was, and it did win something. It won Best Game Design, which is good. But I just thought it was funny that Destiny won the best game. Period.
Because it is the best game.
And then like last year, Shadow of Mordor was winning everything. But yes, I think Shadow of Mordor is a fantastic game. Best single player game I've played in a long ass time.
Yeah.
But Destiny is the best multiplayer game we've played in a long time.
Yeah.
Especially best co-op.
We're like donezo with that thing, and we keep playing it. We're playing it tonight because it's my birthday. We don't really have anything to do, but it's my birthday. So anytime it's my birthday, I get to pick the game we play.
For sure.
Can't play anything on Xbox, though, because then I'd be playing alone.
That's right. Or I'd be playing alone and you wouldn't be playing at all.
I could play like single player, not online games, or I could pay $10.
You could.
True.
Hey, in Destiny, do you ever run out of vault space?
No, because I'm really bad about it and I don't put enough stuff in my vault and I sell all my stuff.
Well, then.
Really bad.
Sell all the stuff that you need, like all of those blue fusion rifles. Oh, so bitter.
I need blue
So
fusion rifles. It's my birthday. They should give it to me. I need 16 blue or purple fusion rifles.
get it done. Do it.
We're gonna go tonight at about 11 o'clock and
Going ham.
see if that guy's there selling
That's right.
those things.
That's right. Well, the next update is going to give you more vault space, even though you don't need it.
No more gameplay.
Nice.
Can I have some gameplay, please? I don't want vault space.
Soon. We're going to have some gameplay soon.
We're gonna burn through that second download so fast because it's like blood. Like I want to play it so bad.
Yep.
This is my new favorite.
You're like a vampire.
Thing. Well, you know what though? 10 days.
10 days.
The Handsome Jack collection.
That's right. And
did you
get ready because in about 3 days, right? 3 days is Tuesday. Tales from the Borderlands Part 2 comes out.
Yes, we get to play the second one.
I think it's Tuesday. It's sometime next week. But yeah.
Okay, we can play some new stuff. We should stream that next week.
We will stream that.
All right.
Absolutely.
Did you buy me the Claptrap in a box edition of the Handsome Jack collection?
Yes, and you should be getting it. If you don't get it in the next 6 to 8 years, give me a ring. Oh wow, she's so bitter.
I can't really.
Don't be mad. It's like a lot of money. Do you use the companion?
See, I just pushed him out of the.
That's right.
Push him right out of the sea.
Do you use the companion app for Destiny?
I do. We were playing, and remember, my other character had my sniper rifle. So I hid in a corner like a baby, and you and our random, who probably was like, why is this person not playing? True. I went into my vault. Thank you for that update. I went onto my app, and I stuck my sniper rifle in my vault and then took it out of the vault and enabled it for the player I was playing with, and then bam, I had my sniper rifle.
So real quick, you better be careful with that.
Things get lost?
They've had bugs recently where when you go to when you attempt to move an item from one character to another, you get a weasel error or something. And
I love their errors.
Beaver.
Let's
weasel,
talk about
gopher.
If you get an error in Destiny, like when you're kicked off of the game, and you get like a beaver error.
Yep.
And then they have like all these other fun, fuzzy little animal errors. That's my favorite thing. Even though they really infuriate me when I get an error, cracks me up, and you can't even really be mad about it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I want to just get like a list of it because I got like caterpillar and cattle and just crazy errors, which is hilarious. Centipede.
Yes.
But
love it.
Yeah. But yeah, I would be careful using that companion app if you can.
Yeah,
because you don't want to lose that sniper rifle.
Oh my God, there would be tears. I would write to them.
Worst day
and
ever.
Say this. I've never used a sniper rifle ever in any game I've ever played, and I've been gaming forever. Do you have any idea how old I am? Go 60. Listen to my podcast. I'm 60 years old. And they would have to make me like a specialty sniper rifle.
And call it the Michelle.
Nah, like the pink beast. And it would be pink.
Okay.
All right.
The pink beast.
Yeah.
Giggity. I got one more thing to talk about.
Okay.
So, you've played Cards of Humanity or no?
I haven't, but I need to get a deck and play them because some of them are hysterical.
Absolutely.
Some of them are terribly inappropriate, but some of them are I watched Ellen and like the cast of Glee. She had a game with them, and I was dying.
Yeah, I actually just saw recently they came out with a web app for it.
Awesome.
So now we can play.
Awesome.
We don't even need the deck. You just go out and you can play it.
I love
Let's
it.
Get it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's go play now. Oh,
right.
We're gonna play
Destiny because I picked.
That's right.
You want to play Modern Warfare 3? See how those servers are holding up with duct tape and super glue for the last
little spit
3 years.
Shine it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna go back to that. Although I like the idea. That's a good idea.
I do love throwbacks.
We're gonna do some sort of throwback here soon. But yeah, so Cards Against Humanity. Let's go play some Destiny.
All right.
Everyone wish Michelle a happy birthday.
Yay!
And hashtag bye.
Hashtag bye.